Now, this segment is our fastest segment on television. It's our rapid fire round, and we reserve this segment each evening to zip through just as many trending topics as we possibly can with our expert guest. And tonight, that expert guest is comedian and writer for Saturday Night Live's Weekend Update, Johnny Russo. Welcome back to the show. Good to have you.
Thanks, Dr. G. How you doing?
I'm doing well, Johnny. Now, first up, since we are heading into the weekend, let's talk about drinking, shall we? Hangover-free alcohol has been discovered, and it could soon be in a bar near you. But, Johnny, I have a feeling that if alcohol didn't give people hangovers, suddenly there would be millions of more alcoholics in our country. Do you think so? Absolutely.
You know, I'm curious about this. My head says yes to this. My liver says, please, God, no. But I'm at the age now, I'm in my early 30s, but I'm still at the age where I get my hangovers while I'm still at the bar. So it's a precarious situation. But, you know, I don't know if more people are going to be drinking, but more people are certainly going to get more drunk. I think that's what you've been saying. I mean, I was out last night at a bar, and a woman right next to me was rather inebriated. Let me say this. It took Abraham Lincoln 272 words to deliver the entire Gettysburg Address. And last night, this drunk woman next to me used 273 trying to order an appletini. So I think it's going to get worse as we progress down this line.
I think that woman next to you might have been my producer, Jason, but I'm not entirely sure. He's really excited.
She looks like Joy Behar, so.
Really excited about hangover-free appletinis, for sure. All right, some of the Avengers cast members and other celebrities are trashing Trump in a new Get Out the Vote video. Johnny, celebrities get involved every 4 years in elections, and I'm not sure they make a difference, but what do you think?
No, they don't. I think internally it makes a difference in Hollywood. When you look at in 2008 when David Geffen came out and supported Obama, that was a big deal. And that was a big deal only inside that community. But, you know, this happens all the time with celebrities. It's usually the backwards of it, as far as the public goes. You just need to ask yourself one question. What would Gwyneth Paltrow do? And then do the opposite of that, and then we'll be fine.
So true. Oh my gosh, that's what I'm going to do. All right, speaking of celebrities in politics, the West Wing cast members are campaigning in the swing state of Ohio for Hillary. But I don't think anyone really remembers that show. Johnny, would it actually be more helpful if these actors from a decade-old TV show just stayed home?
You know, I like the West Wing. It was a good show. You know, I don't know if you live in Akron, Ohio, and all of a sudden Toby Ziegler is at your door, you know, spewing the benefits of a gluten-free diet, if that's going to tilt the needle in one way or another. But, you know, God bless them. Let them try to do what they can. I mean, it's not going to matter in the end, but, you know, they've earned it.
All right, actor Isaiah Washington spoke out about what he thinks Black Americans should do to fight police brutality, and it's a lot better than what most people are suggesting. He says people should just stay home and cripple the economy if they want to make their voices heard. Not a fan of crippling the economy, but at least this is a peaceful solution rather than rioting and looting their own neighborhoods, right?
Absolutely. I mean, I'm for anything that makes people stay inside. When I go outside, the last thing I want to see is another human. So anything, just keep people inside. You don't need to go out and see nature. Eventually, you have to come back home anyway, cut the middleman out, and just stay inside, for God's sakes, please.
All right, Daniel Radcliffe spoke about racism in Hollywood, and he says it's pretty undeniable that Hollywood is racist. Wow, Johnny, what do you think of that statement?
I'm telling you, you're never going to find a more racist person than a Hollywood limousine liberal. I mean, your classic Hollywood liberal has more words for minorities than Eskimos do for snow. So, I mean, these are not the PC people that they pretend to be. I mean, these are racist people. They don't hire in the numbers that the NAACP wants them to. But, you know, they'll throw a fundraiser, but they're not going to go picking avocados with Cesar Chavez on the weekends.
All right, Ryan Gosling and Eva Mendes secretly got married, and I think I know why they kept it secret. I think that women will be less inclined to rush out to see Ryan Gosling's next movie if they know he's taken, because I think women want to think they've got a fighting chance. But what do you think?
Well, this is a tough subject for me because I met Ryan in the Hamptons over the summer, and I got to tell you, when I met him, it was like looking in a mirror. I just mean my long lost
I can see
twin.
that.
So,
yes.
So by going by that logic, I too have married Eva Mendes, and I got to tell you, we couldn't be happier.
You know, I went to the Hamptons one time and I was really excited to go. And I've handled a lot of snobbery in my life, I have to tell you. But I went to the restaurant there, the big chef restaurant. I can't think of the name of it now. You probably go there all the time. But anyway, when I was there, the waiter goes through the entire list of their specials, right? And I said, I'm sorry, can you repeat the fish special? And he literally said this to me, come on. I mean, this isn't a nice restaurant. I'm like, you won't repeat the fish special? And he was just like, and walks away. And that is the summation of my memories of the Hamptons. So be careful out there.
Yes. Yeah, that's basically what it is. You get the Alec Baldwin brunch, get a few attitudes, you go home, and you fire some gardeners, basically. That's it.
I think you're exactly right. I think that firing gardeners thing is contagious once you're there. All right, Anthony Weiner, he just can't stay out of those headlines. Johnny, I keep hoping and really praying for a day when Weiner will just no longer be a word that I have to say on television. But he does make for some good material for comedy writers, doesn't he?
At this point, it's like being a dead wiener with a stick. I mean, you can't get anything out of it anymore. I mean, going on for years. It's ridiculous now. I mean, every time you think he cannot stoop any lower, 6 months later he goes, oh yes, watch this. And now, his cell phone just got subpoenaed. And I got to say, for any agents handling that, wear gloves and probably use a spatula. You don't want to be touching that. Oh,
don't you know? Yeah, don't even want to petri dish that stuff. All right, Nike's Selflacing Hyper Adapt shoes go on sale November 28th. Some are saying future's here. We'll be seeing flying cars next, but I think this is just the future of laziness. I think young people these days don't want to have to learn how to tie their own shoes. What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, listen, let's be honest. The future is not bright as it comes to the children growing. I mean, one day we're going to have a president that grew up a Justin Bieber fan, for God's sakes. So I have no expectations of living a long life or there's no new dawn in America when we can have a president that grew up believing.
Yeah, there you go, believing. And as did my producer, Jason, who is just endless fun to make fun of. If you ever run out of jokes, you just need to come meet Jason. Thank you for being with us, Johnny. We appreciate you.
Thanks, Dr. G.